So Julie actually asked me to share one of the best practices that we have within Philips, because I think around 2 years ago, Julie, we first had an introduction meeting, and we've had quite a journey in domestic appliances. And I think it's really nice to just share what you can actually do in a company when it comes to strengthening your coaching culture. So let me share with you what we did in domestic appliances, just to give you a bit of perspective. Domestic appliances, it's a global business. It's part of health tech. I'm sure you've all recently followed the developments of Philips. We're splitting up into two different companies, health tech and lighting. Domestic appliances will remain under health tech. It's a 1.8 billion business, two headquarters. We have one in Amsterdam, one in Shanghai, which brings interesting dynamics with it because we have team members spread all over the globe. In total, we have 9 locations, and domestic appliances covers 4 categories. So we've got air, we've got floor care, garment care, and kitchen appliances. And here we have a few examples of the products that we launch. So what did we do for domestic appliances? Well, what we noticed actually is that there was quite a need to strengthen our coaching culture. And I must say Philips does a lot when it comes to coaching. But we actually really wanted to develop something within the group itself. We didn't want to just do it across whole of Philips. We really wanted to start small. So we figured, let's start with domestic appliances. And what do we want to do? Well, we actually want to stimulate the development of our key people, so really key position holders to further drive the growth of the business. Another thing that we found really important is that we would have a sustainable application of coaching techniques to really make sure that there's a mindset change, basically. So really a different perception on how coaching should be perceived. We also wanted to drive engagement across locations. As mentioned, 9 locations, a global organization. If you can drive engagement and connecting those locations, that was one of our key initiatives as well. We wanted to make sure we had a program that would be not a one-off, but really a full-year program to get really the commitment of these key people joining it. And we wanted to reduce retention because these are the key people we're talking about. So for us, it's really important to keep them in the business and to keep them motivated and engaged. So who are we targeting it for? As mentioned, key position holders. And for us, that was director, senior director level. We decided to really look end-to-end. So we didn't just take marketing people, we took marketing, procurement, innovation, all across the functions. We took a lot of different nationalities into account, and of course also the locations. So it was a really a broad spectrum of a diverse group. And for the young talents, because actually these coaches, of course, have to coach. And most of them have direct reports, but we figured, no, let's not do that, because the direct reports will get coaching anyway from these people. Let's see if we have young talents in our organization who could really benefit from this type of coaching, and also for their own visibility towards the senior people in the organization. So here we really started to look at young talents, max 3 years work experience, again end-to-end, so coming from all diverse backgrounds, functions, nationalities. And I think what's really key when you set up such a program is how do you match the coach and the coachee. I think that's really critical. So I think, Julie, we spent half a day going through, okay, what is the qualities of this coach? What are qualities of this coachee? Or what's the coaching need? How can we make a good match? I think this is probably one of the key factors if you want to make a successful program. Because if the match is not there, then it's going to be a tricky. If you have anything to add while I'm doing that, please.
It's really key and crucial, and it's tricky.
Yeah. All right, so what do we do? So we developed a full-year program with Julie and her team. And we did 2 face-to-face modules in Amsterdam. We really tried to focus this program more on Amsterdam. We had a second program that we wanted to do, and we would focus that more on Shanghai. So we really had the first 2 modules we had face-to-face in Amsterdam. We have a new program now, which is where the face-to-face are taking place in Shanghai. We also had virtual modules, 2 virtual modules, and there was always, between all the modules, the opportunity for the coaches to get coaching from you as well individually to really make sure that they were on track. So the idea was that each of these coaches had to have 6 coaching sessions with their coachee. So throughout the year, they really had to have those 6 moments of coaching. And we tracked it. So we regularly send surveys to the coaches, but also to the coachees to see, okay, how are we doing? Are people getting what they want from this program? Do we need to improve? And we did that every time we would prepare for the next module to make sure we could tap into any feedback that we got along the way. We also, even now 6 months after the program, the first launch that we did, where again we did a survey to see, okay, are we still on track with what we wanted to achieve? Just to avoid that it's a one-off. We really want to embed this in the organization. And we also did that for the coachees. So when did we do it? Well, we actually completed the first program in 2014. We're now doing the 2015 one. As mentioned, this one is Shanghai based. And we have several more programs in the pipeline because we're actually thinking of also doing this with the MT members of this business group and then taking 2 levels underneath that. So having the MT members coach directors, senior directors in our organization. It's work in progress. I really hope we can get that through. Yeah, and the results. I mean, Julie, maybe you want to share the results, or should I do that? Because the results are really, really phenomenal, and you've analyzed all the survey analytics.
Backtrack, you made me think of one other thought about the matching. We didn't look at geography and trying to get people always to meet face to face.
No.
For purpose.
Yeah, good point.
A lot of virtual coaching going on.
Yeah.
It's really important because they'll have to do that anyway, and then they would not know each other as well. Typically, being in different geographies.
Yeah, and also taking different disciplines, because we were really afraid if you would put someone from procurement with someone from procurement, it can easily become a content-related coaching session, which can also be very useful. But we really wanted to trigger the coaching to be more on the soft skills. So indeed, yeah, very good point. No, so the results that I can share are really, really positive. We actually, we're really noticing that the coaching culture within domestic appliances is really stepping up. And why? Because this was just a very successful program. And the coaches are very enthusiastic about the coaching that they've received. But we also see that the direct reports of all these directors, senior directors, and those are usually big groups, are also benefiting from the fact that their manager has gone through a whole coaching program, and there's just a completely different perception on what coaching is about. So we're really seeing the results, and that's also why we've got more programs planned.